Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For if you are new, my name is Kimberley Nicoletta and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I am finally going to tell you my birth story. Wow! What an experience. I think this is the most epic life experience I have made in my life. Like, this is insane. I gave birth to a new human being. Like, it's crazy. And now I have a baby for like 6 months. After this, I just realized how much power our woman body can have and what we can handle. My memory is only keeping in mind the good moments. So of course, this is why everybody is talking about how amazing and how nice giving birth is. But in fact, it is just like I told you, it's epic. For everyone, it is a different story. So she can handle the pain, she couldn't handle the pain. Everyone has a different story. So if you are pregnant and you are nervous or you are scared for getting into labor, please know that this subject can be very sensitive for you. For me, I wasn't scared at all. I just was letting it coming in my way and I just let it happen. And for me, either it is just a normal birthday, there was nothing special, it is just my experience and my story that I want to share with you guys. From the start, oh my god, when Javen was still inside my belly, I couldn't even imagine that he was like in my body. I cannot imagine that anymore. From the beginning, actually I will start with when I was waiting for him to come. So I was actually due to February 16, 2023 and I was waiting. I was thinking that he could be coming earlier. So I thought he was coming maybe around 37 or 38 weeks. So that was the moment that I was already preparing for. He could come every moment. But I was still not done with changing the room and everything. I have finished everything when I was 38 weeks. And that was the moment that I was thinking like, okay, now 2 weeks rest. I was hoping that he was still not coming, so I just could take the rest for the upcoming 2 weeks. I was feeling like it's getting closer and I was feeling like, am I ready? And I was ready, but also like after this, I'm always being together with another being, you know. With 41 weeks, I actually felt a little contractions already coming, but not that bad and just normal. And I was keep getting nervous, like, is it now beginning? And some in the nights I get bad belly pain, I get contractions in my stomach, and I had diarrhea, and I was like, maybe it is starting right now. Every single day I was thinking like, okay, he's coming. But he wasn't. He wasn't coming at all. And 41 weeks, I remember that a few days before that, so on Tuesday, some contractions were getting there. And on Wednesday, it was getting worse. And then my nails were broken. Oh my god, I have to do my nails because I did my nails at a nail stylist, especially for the bird, because I know there will be making photos and videos, and to be honest, these are horrible and I feel so ashamed about my nails. If I think there is something ugly on myself, it is my nails, because I'm a nail biter. And yeah, and then that Thursday I had my appointment for my nails, and in the morning I felt the contractions coming, but very lightly and just very irregular, on rhythm, it was not in a rhythm. I went to my nail stylist and I was sitting there and I was feeling the contractions already a little, and I was like, she was talking to me, but I was there like a little bit in myself, in my own world already. I didn't even know that my contractions were getting started. I was just sitting there doing my nails and thinking like, oh, there's one coming, just a little bit like this. And then, okay, my nails were done. I went home, and as soon as I got home, I think it went a little better. It was okay. But that dinner time, oh my god. I don't know what happened, but something happened. I was sitting on the couch and I had huge back pain already because that couch was just horrible. My mom has a horrible couch. Sorry mom, but it is. You know it by yourself. My mom was cooking for me and I was thinking like I want to eat, but I couldn't eat. Like something was happening. But at the end I had an appointment the next day. So I just was thinking, okay, I just wait till she is coming because I had an appointment with the pregnancy doctor the next day. And that morning I was keep feeling contractions, but they were still quite to handle. And later the morning they were getting more heavy. I called the pregnancy doctor a little bit earlier than supposed to be the appointment. And I called her and I told her about my contractions again. I really felt that it was starting and they came. I was hoping that it was already that far that I could go to the hospital, or it is almost done, because on that moment I felt huge pain and I was like, I cannot handle this if I have to do this for more hours than this. Then I was thinking, okay, if this is the heaviest point, it's alright, but it cannot be heavier than this because I will die. I cannot handle this. And then the pregnancy doctor came and she was checking how far I am, and they were checking my centimeters, and I was on that moment 2. I thought 2 centimeters. So that was not enough, and it could be still during one whole day. I was like, what? 2 centimeters? How am I going to handle this? Yeah, so they were helping me. They did strippen. In Dutch you call it strippen. I don't know how you call it in English, but they will make it more flexible inside, and then it was a little bit uncomfortable, not painful, it was just going very fast, and then it was just very fast, so it was not the most painful experience or something. By the way, they were amazing. I had amazing pregnancy doctors who I felt very comfortable with them. They really activated the contractions. Like half an hour when they left, they started coming. It was like, oh my god. Within that half hour, I called them like, it has started. You really need to come, because I can feel that this is like, I cannot handle it. I really didn't want to take any painkillers or epidural, but on that moment I was thinking, I really maybe needing, if it's getting worse than this, then I cannot handle and I really need to take the epidural, because yeah. But they told me like I'm on 3 or 3.5, and I was like, oh my god, I really wanted to hear 5 or something, you know. I wanted to go to this very fast because I was already exhausted. They called hospitals, but every hospital were full. We went to another hospital I never have been before, so it was very unknown for me. Halfway the ride, I was getting more finding my own space. I was holding the door and I was holding somewhere, and if it was coming, I was preparing myself for that moment that was coming, and I was just trying to keep strong, you know. On the moment that I have arrived, or we, my mom and me, and the pregnancy doctors, we have arrived at the hospital, and I immediately took out all of my clothes and went straight to the shower. After that, I got back to my bed and I asked them to have something for the pain, because I couldn't handle the pain anymore for my feeling and my opinion. And I put on my birth plan that I didn't want to take the epidural at all. And even when I'm trying or screaming that I want it, that I don't want it. So I put that on my birth plan, and they really stick to it. And they were really like, try to talk me out of that moment, because they know that I will regret it later. They have a lot of experience, you know. So they were keep talking and keep finding another solution before I took any painkillers or epidurals. So they told me about those electric pads you can put on your back, And when I feel contraction, I can push the button and it is giving me like electric shocks, and it can help me reduce the pain from the contractions and everything. They also told me like, don't try it for just one time and tell me it isn't working. So I tried for one time and I told, it is not working, it is not working, I want epidural, I want epidural. I could kind of talk, but I could also hear some stuff. I could hear that my mom was still next to me. That is something that is very important for you to know. Just know really good who you want to have next to your bed and everything, who is supporting you. And my mom was a great supporter, and there was one time that she was just trying to help me and she was saying something, but she was like leaning above my head, and I was like, shut up, mom. And I don't know what I did, but I told her like, go away or something. And I felt horrible after that, because I was like, I maybe hurt her with what I was saying, you know. I didn't want to fall out like that, but on that moment I was just so irritated. I got literally a contraction. I was focusing in my own world, and she literally did her best and she did a good job. And my brother was also there, but I know that he was just uncomfortable seeing me in pain like that. But when I was giving birth, he was leaving the room with my mom, and later I think I asked for my mom, and they told me that I did really a good job, and after all that I actually was very peaceful and quiet and focused on myself. So I feel a little bit ashamed about the noise that I had made, but they are telling me that I really did a good job. But they tell everyone. They were getting me installed for the epidural, and then the doctor has to come, but the doctor didn't have time, so maybe they were doing that with purpose, but I'm not sure. I don't think so, because I had huge pain and I really wanted to have it on that moment. At the moment that the doctor came in to give me the epidural, I was so scared of that, you know. I still was so scared of doing that. But I was installed and get everything around me, and it was just so uncomfortable feeling that everything was so tight, and just, oh, I wanted to be released of that feeling, you know. My body is just keep doing his work and just keep going, while I was forcing like, I can't. I felt like I was just done, you know. I was getting into that contraction storm. So every contraction was coming every 2 minutes, like 1.5 to 2 minutes. Every contraction was coming, and then up for 30 to 1 minute. So I didn't had any space to really get breath, because it was going very fast from 4 centimeters to 9 centimeters. It was just jumping really fast from that. So at the end I got 9 centimeters, and I couldn't get the epidural anymore, because already the pushing contractions were coming. That's way different, guys. So you have the contractions for preparing everything that he is coming, but then you feel the change to you have to go to poo. Really, like the pushing contractions are coming, and I felt like, I think I need to push, and at that time they didn't know that I was 9 centimeters, and I was like pushing already, and then my body did it by itself, like, you know, I have to push. And they were thinking like, she is not pushing, it's impossible, because she was 4 centimeters. So I think I started pushing, and then they were just checking, and then they found out that I was 9 centimeters, and then they were breaking my water, and I felt like that was a release. Also because the nature could do his work further. And when the water was broke, I felt like, ew. And on that moment I was really giving that power. On that moment I was thinking like, okay, it's just taking 5 minutes and my baby is here out in my hands and I have him. 1.5 hours I was keep pushing. I feel like every bone in my life was broken, because yeah, I have given so much. At the end they were like, you have to pee, you have to go to the toilet. After 1.5 hours I went to the toilet, and they walked with me, and I was going there, and on that moment I was feeling his head was coming out. I was literally walking like this, because I was feeling that something was in the way and I couldn't close my legs anymore. So I was walking like this, and I was like, I think he's coming, and no, it is impossible, because it was still like this. And when they told me like this, I was feeling, when they told this and it needs to go to there, I was like, how in the air? So I was to the toilet and I was sitting there, and on that moment something broke in my mind. So on that moment I was thinking, now I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna go for it. And I was so comfortable on the toilet. I was sitting there and I was thinking, I'm gonna do it. And they were telling me, no, 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 don't do it now, don't do it now. Because he would get born in the toilet pot. So I was like, I have to. So I was keep pushing, and then they were taking me off the toilet, and I was walking to that bird chair. It is a something kind of small chair, and you have to sit on it and then give birth. So they were moving me to that, and on that moment I was pushing, and 2 more pushes, and he was coming out, and he was there, and I was like in shock. Wat een knappert! If I see the video, I was like, you couldn't see any emotion. I was even crying. I couldn't cry because I think I have spent all my energy and all my emotion to the whole day to pick up the contractions and giving birth, and I couldn't even believe that I have birth to a baby. And that's my baby. I was just looking at him, his hair, his nose, his everything. I was just meeting him. I was meeting my son. And on that moment we had to wash. So we were walking back to my bed with the belly button kind of thing, because the placenta has to come. So we had to walk back to my bed to give birth to the placenta. So 20 minutes after I have given birth, Javen was like, welcome mama, here's some shit for myself. So Javen was laying on himself. His first poo was on me. Oh my god, that smell, I will never forget how that smelled. I was just so dizzy. I felt like I could fall on the ground every moment, and the most feeling I won't forget is that everything feels so empty inside. You just don't feel anything. Don't talk about the stitches, because they had to give me stitches. Oh, they were worse, and my brother could hear me screaming on the in the hall. So he was telling me about how he thought that they were like literally abusing me because I was screaming the stitches. I didn't even scream with giving the birth like that. After all, they were just too tight, and it hurt me a lot days and weeks after. But as soon as they got out, it was such a release. It is just all insane. It was just, yeah. I had decided to give breastfeeding. So he was searching for my breast by himself, and he was already, before I knew, he was already drinking. So this is my birth story, and I'm actually very happy to tell you about it, to share my experience. Feeling that you give birth is the most amazing thing and experience, and you will be surprised about what your body can handle, and you will feel so strong after. So my battery was low and my phone turned off, but what I was saying was like, if I ever choose to give birth again, I may be considering to have an epidural, but I'm not sure. For now, I just have enough on Javen, and that's my big focus right now. For now, it's easy talking. It is painful, but just for you to know that pain will be there. Accept the happening, accept the pain, and go into your own world. Don't be scared for it, because if you are scared, the pain will get worse because the stress you are feeling. The best way is feeling less stress and just feel more accepting and more, it's okay. Like, let it be there, it's okay. You have to go through it, and even I did it with, how much was it? I think it was 8 hours total, so that's a normal time. At the end, it seems like a long time, but after all, after that you will have your baby in your arms. And of course I did feel pain after. After all, what I have here, I will do it again. Just to have this, just to have the moment. The love that I get for him back is just amazing, and it makes everything right. We all can do this because we are so strong, And when you have given birth, you will realize and keep in mind what I said. We are strong. Knowing what our body can do is just insane. Just keep that in mind. You are so powerful. What I also can tell you, just try to enjoy every moment. It goes so fast. Thanks for watching this video, and let me know in the comments what you think, or maybe you want to share your experience, or you want to share just your feelings, or maybe you are pregnant and you wanted to get some air and just leave some messages. It's all fine. And I will see you in another video. Bye.